Fellas, what's the best way to approach a girl without getting rejected? Well, in this video, we're going to dive into it, okay? And I realize a lot of you guys are afraid. You don't go up to a girl and approach her because you are afraid of getting rejected. But if you do this one thing, you won't have to worry about it, okay? I can guarantee you, you guys will not get rejected, all right? Now, before I give you that secret, that tip, what do you do? I want to tell you a little bit of a story here, okay? I used to work as a bouncer, and the things that I would witness in the club, guys getting rejected over and over and over again, it all had to do with one thing. Well, it had to do with a lot of things, but one very common thing that a lot of guys would do. What do you think it was? Do you think that it was how a lot of guys were dressed? Yeah, that had a lot to do with it. But they were closing too early. Now, let me explain. A lot of guys, what they'll do at the club is they'll go walk up to a girl and say, "Hey, baby, can I get your number? Can I buy you a drink?" They're closing on the open. And it doesn't make sense, really, because here's the thing that you guys have to understand about girls is they're going to do most times what's socially acceptable, right? So if you're walking up to a girl could be like head over heels for you, right? You could, check every box that she looks for physically in a guy. You could be exactly her type. But if you're walking up trying to close too early, saying, "Hey, could I get your number? We should go here," whatever, she doesn't know you yet, right? And she doesn't want to be perceived as a slut, as a hoe, as promiscuous, as too easy, right? So, what I would witness a lot of these guys at the club do is try to close too early. It's essentially like, for instance, let's say that if you wanted to go to a lot, right, a car lot, you knew exactly like what car you're into, you go and you see that car on the lot, right? The car salesman comes up to you and says, "All right, how you paying?" Okay, like, do you want to pay check? Are you paying cash? And you're like, "Well, can you tell me a bit about the car first?" Right? That's essentially what a lot of these guys are doing. They're shooting themselves in the foot just like that by pulling the chute too early, right? And I would see this. I would see girls fixing their hair, giving guys all these signs. I could tell that the girls were legit into these guys, and the guys would shoot themselves in the foot, right? Now, a lot of, guys would also make the mistake of running around like a chicken with their head cut off, going up and approaching a girl. "Hey, can I get your number? Do you want to go home with me?" "Okay, nope." "No, hey, can I get your number? You want to go home with me?" "Nope." Spam approach, right? And the thing that, a lot of guys don't realize is that girls are very socially aware, right? Girls observe how a man walks through a room, how he interacts with everybody. If she sees a guy going like this, going up and getting rejected. "Oh, hey, how are you?" Going up and getting rejected. Boom, going up and getting rejected, right? Like, it's not going to be a turn on when that guy goes up and approaches her, right? So you have to, keep in mind that girls are very socially aware, right? So, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But what do you guys do to be able to go up and approach a girl, without having to worry about getting rejected or minimizing your rejection rate? Well, I told you guys earlier, right? Girls will say and do what is very politically correct, right? So approaching a girl at a club, it's correct, right? In society, in terms of it's not going to be, frowned upon, right? It's normal to go up and approach a girl at a club or a bar, right? Providing that, you do a very calibrated approach. But what you guys can do is, go up and just say, "Hey, I wanted to meet you real quick," right? "Hey, my name is, Kelvin H. Hughes III. Nice to meet you," right? It's not going to be frowned upon, to do this, right? You're not going to get rejected if you're not doing something completely out of the norm, right? Something that's going to make you come off as weird or creepy, okay? So that's one thing that you guys can do. All right, and another thing is to be very observant of your surroundings, right? So if you see a girl that's walking by, with headphones on in the daytime, make sure that, you get her attention first. Can you hear me? Okay. Hi. Right? You don't want to come across as too needy or too desperate, right? A lot of times, hey, can I get your number? Oh, I want to get your number real quick. Please, baby, right? It's off-putting because she doesn't know you yet, right? You're being too needy, too desperate right out of the gate. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be anything too fancy, right? If you're at a Starbucks, you can just simply talk about the music. You see a girl is like, nodding her head. You can just say, oh, are you a big Taylor Swift fan or what? Well, I saw the way you were nodding your head to that music there. And then, see how receptive she is, right? If she's into it, then keep going. But if she's, very dismissive, then get the hell out of there, right? Just observe your surroundings. You can get very far by just, seeing what's around you, right? And another thing you guys can do is eye contact, right? You're feeling the temperature as you're walking by a girl, smile, right? Just smirk, right? And if she's, into you, she'll let you know. She'll hold eye contact back. She'll smile back at you, right? If she's not into it, then she'll avoid eye contact, right? That's just one way you can kind of filter out, what girls are into you and what girls aren't. Now, it's very important you guys listen to this next part of the video because it's one thing to go up and approach a girl in a friendly manner, but a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll put themselves immediately in the friend zone, right? They'll, talk about whatever, which is fine for like half an hour, but there's no real flirty vibe there, right? You'll get the girl's number a lot of times and she'll leave the interaction thinking, okay, like he was cool, but he didn't really take any risks, right? You don't want to leave the interaction thinking to yourself, okay, yeah, I kind of talked to this girl like I would a male acquaintance. I was too safe, right? So one thing that you guys can do to take it to that extra step, to take it to that extra level, is immediately disagree with something a girl says. And no, it doesn't have to be like, no, fuck you, I like cats, right? It's like, it can be with anything, right? A lot of guys, what they don't do is they try too hard and they agree with everything a girl says, right? And they'll try to like fake interest. Oh my God, I like cats as well too. I love horoscopes. They're my favorite thing in the world. Astrology, right? Oh, wow. You want to be that guy that puts his input in there, right? You're not afraid to state what you like, okay? It doesn't have to be something so complicated, right? But you want to state your opinion as quick as you can, right? Because a girl will gain respect for you, right? Girls don't like when guys will just nod their head and try to be too friendly and, yeah, baby, that's so cool. Oh my God, I love that too. Oh my God, you're great, and kissing their ass all the time, right? You want to stick out from Johnny Average and Joe Blow, right? So let's say a girl says that she likes The Weeknd, right? You can say, really? Oh, you're one of those girls. I don't know. The Weeknd's just so overrated. I'm more of a classic rock kind of guy, whatever you are, right? You want to playfully disagree because then she's going to be thinking, oh, wow, like he's actually, stating his opinion. He's stating his intent. He's not trying to win me over by pretending to like things, right? And girls love this equality. That's how you immediately separate yourself from the average guy, is by playfully disagreeing, okay? Now, if you guys want to learn how to separate yourself from Johnny Average and Joe Blow and how to have more fun and interesting conversations that will get you out of the friend zone, watch this video right here, okay?